Hi, it's Moonkitti with an I as in. By popular request, I am introducing myself in this video as Moonkitti with an I. It's been a whole year since I set up my Patreon, quit my horrible dog grooming job, and took to YouTube to make silly cat videos full time. My Patreon has gotten way bigger than I ever expected, especially with the majority of everyone being in the $10 tier, which is super exciting, but it also kind of kills a specific element of my original Patreon plan, that being reading the names out loud at the end of videos. The list was going on so long that every time I tried in the last few months, the reading of the Patreon names would be 2 or 3 times as long as the video, so I ended up scrapping it, telling myself I'd tack it onto a longer one, so I'm retiring that aspect of my Patreon, but not before I read to you every single one of my current patrons' names, from oldest to newest, so strap yourself in for the ride of your... Actually, I'm not sure how exciting this is about to be, but I have also received several messages from certain patrons, that certain being the ones that responded to me on Discord, which I will read out loud for all of you. My 2 very oldest patrons are Blixamy and Tennille, because the day that I was putting the patron up, I gave them both a preview to see if the page looked okay. I was like, hey guys, does this look alright? And they both decided to become patrons as I was still setting it up. So they sneaked into my patron early. Then there's my friend Tom, Dadass's Cash, who says, "Sorry, my username will one day get your channel demonetized." Oh wait, I almost forgot. Tennille says, "Hey, give Moonkitti your money." Alex Martini says, "Hi, my name is Moonkitti with an I, as in I'm about to spoil the anniversary of my Patreon." Nick Seren says, "Reggie's opinions are perfectly valid, even if he likes Omen of the Stars." Then there's Toboe, AJ, and J9, who have all been with me since the very first day. Nautica's also been on board since the first day, and she says, "Can you please just say hi, I'm Moonkitti with an I and, because boy do I miss that," and I did. Then we have Quinn Man, Studio Feliday, Zoo Exorcist, Blue Fire and Rushing Wolf, Kit Kabuti, Stars, my good friend Selena, Jessica Brito, and Antler the Deer, who says, "Please watch megaman.exe stream for Frosted Vulpix. Also, thanks Caitlin, Joey, Christina, and Freddie for being there for me." Then there's Pastel Pumpkins, Oni Tract, Glitch Tree, Heather Bay, Cherry Cola Cakes, and Demanky, who didn't say anything, but I'm sure he was meaning to. There's Lizzie, whose art I love, IDEK, I don't even know, and Commander Bumble, Luca Crow, Kendra Napton, and J-Bay Mayday, who says, "Fear me, for I am the Lord and Savior, J-Bay Mayday." Linky says, "Wait, we can say anything and it gets in the video?" Kaden Lundquist says, "Songstep is the Moonkitti cameo queen." Then there's my Aunt Pam. I love you, Aunt Pam. Saflin says, "Sunny Rocks belong to RiverClan." Lil Dark Vixen says, "Ivy Pool destroys turfs." Then there's Boy Wonder, Katie Echelis, Ventriloquist, Jojo Deer, Juniper Tails Got Problems, and Incoming Savalanche, who doesn't say anything. It's actually Sage Mouse Dynasty, who says, "Keep up the good work. We love you. Subscribe to PewDiePie." I should have found a more organized way of doing this. There's Fear Me, for I am Netflix, Trashy Bracken, Michelle Morowski, Lou Mellon, and our friend Bright Guardian Akira. Lucy Hopewatcher says, "Subscribe to PewDiePie and you will get Thornclaw powers." Blueberry says, "Praise the cult of asexual Hollyleaf." Then we've got Zach and Duplex Be Great, who says, "A Force Divided is a beautiful book." Raising Chaos says, "Some still say they can see Ash for letting down their long blonde hair, and every warrior who dare climbs it is cursed with blinding beauty and a strange obsession with anyone that's ever looked at them for more than 3 seconds." Then we have Kasodi, Oliver Wilder, Kiran, Swiftwing28, Moonpaw, and Firestorm, who says, "I've got the temper of Jayfeather, the personality of Brackenfur, and the patrolling ability of Thornclaw." Then there is Kyle Mullen and Kaneshie, who says, "If only cats were real." Jaded says, "Ivy Fern is valid. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. The exit is on the right." Then there's Blackheart Lauren, 99 Lance, Hopeful Goddess, Sean E. Barger, Fawn Belly, Corey Trevino, Feathertail Loaf, Vintron Exonite, Lone Wolf 48, Allison, and Sienna, who says, "My AirPods have wires." Then there's Waffle Bush, Coyote, Strawtail, and Red Panda Seas, who says, Charles Lee did nothing wrong. Next up is Kate the Cat, Sarnor, Teddy Star, Rainpaw, Light Flame, and Scooter, who says, hobbies include hating writing funny things because I'm not funny and drawing dumb cats. The Space Scout on actually every platform. Gotta get that shameless shout out, right? Also shout out to OK Void and Frosterly for being the chillest dudes ever. Haikura says, even in StarClan, Thornclaw will still do patrols. Then there's Catricorns, Aaron Tallmage, Why Not, Cassidy Oldham, Zoe Hoshi, and Ossifreg, who says, here lies Solar Artiste. She's not dead, just broke. Next up, we have Watchaberry, Brian Raditz, Cryptid Crotua, and Inkdrop, who says, these books turned me into a furry. Then there's LPS Blossom, EBO2, Redemption, and Snopey, who says, remember to take care of your virtual pets, and your real ones too. Next up, we have Hannah George, Maria, or Lucian, Anna, Raucus Deer, Omega Theist, Lab Animal, Endorion, Drago Eclipse, Crazy Warrior Cat Lady, and Rio Blitzel, who says, get the cool shoe shine. Spinner says, that poor Twizzler is as lost as Graystripe. Oh goodness, this entire time I thought Spinner's username was Spinner Sinner. I'm so sorry. Dovewing Lovewing says, hi, I've been a backer since the beginning and Moon taught me how to Lovewing Dovewing. Justice says, J-Feather is the best character even if he is a grump. War says, Kiwi Skin is not to be eaten. Ukio says, I love Wing Dovewing, but J-Feather is Bayfeather. King Pine Tree says, big mood, mega oof. Prickly Cactuses, hugs not drugs, see you later scrubs. Tessu says, Fern Song is the best queen. Oaktail says, bless me with your six-pack, Ski Lord. Then we've got Quirky, Colin, Maya Vasquez, Baboonia, One Floopy Boy, and Golden Fox, who says, they still don't suspect anything. Also, why am I here? Then there's Crimson Pencil 94, Mineral Hyena, Z Pinkerton, Cloudy Draws, and Missy No, who says, Broken Star got dead. Which warrior will you send out next? Chooses Moonkitti. Then there's Blue Dove and Mushroom Queen 20, who says, Clear Sky was much more interesting than Grey Wing. Sorry, folks. Next up, Molten Tarts and Sikrin, who says, Bramblestar's Fight Club is starting up on Saturdays at 10, but we all know he just wants to show off. Down Under Frown says, I am taking too long to decide, so Beppis. SSL says, Furry Trash since 2009, Warrior Trash since 2006, Pure Trash since 1994, P.S. It's not Secure Sockets Layer. Quinn V. Quick says, Ashfur and Breezepelt are the best characters in Warrior Cats and they did absolutely nothing wrong. Lion Jensen says, Thou must never fear, Lapis Paws is here. And last but not least, Brandon Arcay says, join the Longtail Fan Club. We are open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays during lunch and after school until 4. Whoops, there's a couple I missed because I misspelled their Patreon names, so here we go. Heron Illegal Pigeon says, Boneless Jesper x Glowstick Bone Wylan is my OTP. Duothermer says, Dovewing's eyes are blue and I've been lying to you this whole time. Watchaberry says, Maple Claw will rise again. And that's everybody. I hope you liked hearing your phrases being spoken aloud in a Moonkitti video. So thank you to everyone who is still supporting me on Patreon, everyone who has been supporting me on Patreon for months and months and months and months. I'm trying to think of new cool things for us to do together, so we'll see how that goes. And if you are my patron, do make sure to join the Discord server because that's usually where everything goes down if something is going down. The Cameo Pool submissions are also permanently open over on Discord now instead of being on Patreon because it's much easier to go through and it doesn't eat your post like Patreon does. Do I have any other Patreon news? The Minecraft server is currently a cowboy roleplay. Don't ask me. Anyway, thank you so much everyone. Have a nice day.